Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Oxygen Not Included in our ultimate base. As promised, we're gonna tend to the rocket program today. Now you made me aware of, and I also realized that the clearance towards the top isn't actually large enough. It might even be the reason why I couldn't build the rocket in the way I wanted to, so I decided to put the rocket platforms all the way down to here. We're actually gonna close this off. I gave them a transit tube access point and now we are just building this. We also completed the research for the petroleum engine, so we will be able to get into that business right away. If we launch the rockets this way, obviously we'll have to take apart the ones we already built. Now we do have some precious petroleum here that I do not want to waste. Let's see, in the future our petroleum line is gonna go like so. So as of this point we can extract everything and bring it to a storage area. At the moment I don't really have that for the petroleum. Let's set up a bottle emptier to rectify this. Good. With that out of the way, I'm just gonna go ahead, give the command to extract these pipes so we lose as little as possible. Even if we take this apart, we also get to keep everything. So yeah, there's no real reason to not go ahead and just deconstruct it. We can still use the small rocket on this side in order to do some research, which we'll have to do. So I'm guessing, do I really want to reroute the transit tube? I mean, we have to, nothing can be up there. Let's just go ahead and do it. I'm gonna route a transit tube all the way down below. And then maybe at this point we're gonna come up. So this is gonna be the end of the rocket program. We have enough space for a couple of platforms. Transit tube crossing goes right there and we go all the way up. Now, theoretically, this isn't really necessary, right? We can just go ahead and remove this. However, we're gonna need a way to build all of this shebang. So let's get a ladder system going. Research completed. I almost missed that. Well, actually I did miss it. Building broken. Oh no. Ooh, okay, we're getting some petroleum in here. I see. Ah, okay. Ooh, I already had the petroleum in here. I'm not really prepared for this. Yeah, it's 206 kilograms, so I guess we can just sacrifice fixing the desalinator a couple of times. Oh no, it not only damages the desalinator, but the petroleum continues into my cleaning system, which means it's gonna eventually land back here in the polluted area. Maybe one thing we can do is use one of these liquid filters in order to get the petroleum. Where is it? Petroleum. And then we just follow where this goes, so it would fill up this liquid reservoir, and if the reservoir is full, it goes back in here. And if we wanted it somewhere else, I can still extract it. Yeah, I think that is much better than letting all the petroleum damage my system. So there it goes. We're now filling up one of the liquid reservoirs. I think that is an okay solution for now. Here on Groista, everything is working phenomenally, except the interplanetary launcher is a tad slow. I decided to build another layer of insulated tiles so that we can potentially move everything one block over, and I might be able to get another rat bolt reflector in there. As a matter of fact, this shouldn't be a problem. I can get one in here and hopefully still maintain the liquid lock. Actually, this is going to be the most difficult part, but I can take these away and still maintain the liquid lock, get access to the room, and then slowly increase the amount of rat bolt generators we have. If we can get in 3 more, we will be doubling our item transportation, which really is necessary. All the items at the moment are queuing up, as you can see right here. Well, actually we are catching up slowly. But yeah, considering we still have to ship like 700 tons of igneous rock, I would say it's gonna be worth it. Good, the new rocket program is slowly but surely coming along. As soon as the transit tube has been placed, we can take apart the old system. We can already get away with these tubes. And yeah, we're just gonna prepare ourselves for the next stage. Now I noticed this thing here can only actually store 100 rat bolts, so you better choose a research while you have your generators active. We're gonna complete all the material study research, so there's still 2 researches to go, and other than that we're done, and we will only have to do the orbital research again, and then hopefully this will be the last time we're forced to research. Observing the situation on Smeliol, I decided that eventually this is actually going to overheat, especially if the sulfur geyser is active for another 60 cycles or so. One thing we could do is use the cooling loop right here that we use to cool down the base that is barely active in order to cool down a local area around the liquid pump. If we just use a couple of radiant pipes, it might not even be that much of a waste. However, we need to find a way to fill this up again. We could go ahead and gradually fill up the loop again with the help of our carbon skimmer. So as soon as this comes out, where does it even come out? Yeah, right here. And then in order to be cleaned up, it's going all the way up. However, we could include a bridge somewhere along the lines, maybe right here. It doesn't even matter. The most important part is it's going to have priority, and whenever there is an empty pocket, it's going to be immediately filled up. I'm also gonna sever this connection for now so we can fill up the loop as soon as possible. Okay, let's keep on building this. Coming out of the aqua tuner, we're first gonna take a detour downstairs. Let's do something like that. Go down here. We're then gonna move over, and approximately here we're gonna use radiant pipes. Oh, we don't have enough refined metal. But all of these are gonna be refined. Then we are gonna make our way back like so. Go up again. Go over, up, and join back into the loop. Okay, quite a few things to build, but nothing dangerous, and we need to send over some material. We're gonna send some aluminium. Around 2 tons of aluminium coming up for Smeliol. Wonderful, aluminium has arrived, so we can finish that loop. Otto should be taking care of the building momentarily, and we can keep things rolling. This way we can just ensure we have enough cooling capabilities for the sulfur geyser. How are things going on Groista? Yes, Marie is building the lower floor at the moment. Nothing that dramatically goes wrong right now. Right, so our next step would be to build more of these generators. However, we should start from the top down so I can actually build everything. I cannot place ladders anywhere else, so I will have to do this step by step. We're also gonna add some cabling for these, and that should be everything we need. Maybe if we want to be thorough, of course we need the drywall. Oh no, looks like we had some ice here that eventually melted. This is not good. Not necessarily what I wanted. Yeah, liquefiable. It's totally my bad. I should have excluded this category. However, this might give us a chance to move the heavy watt joint plate without releasing all the hydrogen. Oh no, I actually already did. Yeah, for some reason I messed this up. Okay, it's no problem. It just means we need to grab the hydrogen from here and bring it back over. Of course, I know what happened. There is space here. We don't have drywall and the gases just went out. So my next step truly is to take care of the drywall. Good, we're done on the main base. Let's go ahead, get rid of this transit tube system that we don't need anymore. And we can also get rid of the platform here. We should also be able to get rid of the power. I haven't connected these yet. Let's move this over here and eventually bring it up. Another joint plate for you, so we can get rid of that, and we can also get rid of the flooring. Okay, nice. I think we're ready for the next rocket program. First of all, I'm gonna have a small rocket in order to go back and forth between planetoids for smaller projects. So build me one of those. However, next to it, we're gonna have a big rocket with a big petroleum engine, and we need to build this out of steel. All right. Yes, all right. That is what I'm talking about. Hopefully with this we're gonna have enough clearance. Actually, maybe I didn't go far enough. No, okay, just enough, actually. Yeah, I totally calculated this, even left one space extra. Okay, nice. With the small petroleum engine, what we want to do is we want to send rovers. However, we first need a small oxidizer tank. Gonna build that right there, and on top of the oxidizer tank we're gonna have that rovers module. It would then be nice to complement this with a battery module. Of course, on top of that we're gonna have a solar panel. We could even stack multiple solar panels. That's nice. And we still have space for more stuff, so I was really limited by this guy. Could we maybe even have a second battery module, another solar panel, and then a nose cone? That would actually be absolutely amazing. Well, let's build this first and then see if we can squeeze another solar panel inside. As for the big rocket, first module is clear, a big oxidizer tank. Gonna build that right away. And then the next one is either gonna be this cartographic module. We definitely want one of those on board. Yeah, let's just go ahead and add it. We can always swap the modules. We also definitely want a spacefarer module. Build everything out of copper. And then also mandatory is the basic nose cone. However, as you can see, we still have the space to add more modules. Let's just go ahead and build this stuff for now. Actually, maybe instead of 2 battery modules, I want 2 rover modules. So this battery module can go, and instead we're gonna add a rover module. I just love the new rocketry system and how modular it is. Easy to rebuild. Just a wonderful thing overall. I totally forgot about the ladders. I assume this is gonna get hot, so we're gonna go with obsidian. I guess for the small rocket it's gonna be an easy decision. We just go up right next to it, and then I guess we can join both together with a ladder like this. And I'm actually just gonna complete it until the end of the scaffolding there. Alrighty, looks like Otto is done with the pipes. I noticed that we still haven't accumulated a lot of polluted water here. So this way it might take a really long time before we can fill this up. On the other side, I cannot take the polluted water from the bathrooms, otherwise they are gonna be emptied out in a couple of cycles. Yeah, I guess I will just have to remember this. Anyways, let's do the new connections like so. And this can go, this here. And we go down over and all the way around. Okay, that should be fine. It's coming in at around 21 degrees and going out at 57 degrees. 57, that is a little bit much. I mean, we only need a little bit of cooling. I'm gonna make another one here, an insulated pipe. If we wanted to be really efficient, I guess we would just cool this down and forget about the oil loop. But it would generally be nice if we could keep this at a lowered temperature. Of course, right now it is much hotter than it will be eventually. But still, I don't really want to risk anything. Atu, can you please build that pipe? Forget about the oil for a second. There we go. Now we end up at 47 degrees. That is much more bearable, and eventually the aqua tuner is gonna run again, and then hopefully we will also be able to completely fill this up again in due time. Over at the main planetoid, we are actually done building our missiles. We can improve on them, and maybe we can even build another solar panel here. Yeah, look at that. We actually have the space for it. I decided to not move the heavy conductive joint plate here for Marie, because technically this liquid lock is just as safe as the other one, and it's even giving us access to the room. At the moment I'm using the hydrogen we're getting from the oxygen production in order to fill up this room once again, so everything can actually stay nice and cozy. Oh, it actually already is pretty cool. This is the way I rerouted the cooling loop, so it goes through both sets of Rappel generators. Okay, now how can we improve on this rocket? I'm guessing we're gonna need battery modules. There's not really a large battery, so I'm assuming we can just shove in a small one, even though that looks kind of weird. So let's add 3 battery modules and then a whole bunch of solar panels. I guess another thing that wouldn't hurt is an artifact transport module. Maybe we get lucky in space and can bring something back. And also I noticed the big petroleum engine doesn't have a port, so I just assumed we have to hook up a liquid port here and connect it with a pipe. Hey, can I not grab a pipe, please? Thank you. However, the large solid oxidizer tank has already been filled up with 900 kilograms of fertilizer. Is this working? No, it's not really doing anything. Okay, now I'm confused. Okay, I have another theory. The big rocket engine doesn't have an interior capacity, and we actually have to add liquid fuel tanks. I mean, this would absolutely make sense. Let's add a liquid fuel tank above this. Okay, and maybe we're even gonna need a second one of those. This also actually gave us a port we can add the liquid to. So far so good on Otto's planet. It seems to be working, only cooling down the liquid a little bit, and the thermo aqua tuner isn't overwhelmed at this point. On Groist, I'm just gonna finish flattening the terrain, and then we can also start pumping out everything. There's just a little something left over that needs to melt, and then we can basically pack up. At this point, honestly, we can also get rid of this station. We don't need it anymore. And it looks as though it's working quite well. We are shooting like crazy, getting those materials shipped over. There's also the new saltwater we are getting in order to replenish our resources at the main base. I'm gonna add 1 solar panel to the big rocket, and I'm guessing we might have to replace 1 battery module for 2 solar panels. But first we have to craft more glass, and it is a huge problem that some duplicants just attempt to bring them through the tubes and then they take a freaking break. Why would you drop the glass there and make everything overheat? Yeah, I might have to reload the game. We have some visual glitches going on, but let's maybe take care of the interior of this rocket. We are gonna do it the same way as always. So hold on 1 second. There we go. A simple platform with an outhouse, a fridge, ladder upstairs. We have a storage bin for some algae together with an oxygen diffuser and a power outlet fitting. Easy as that. Now for the more interesting part, we are gonna design the Spacefarer module. I've never been in here. Wow. Okay. This is absolutely phenomenal. I don't even know what to do with this space. No, I mean, seriously, what the heck are we gonna do with all of this space? Let's get a ladder upstairs and we're gonna need, okay, we need to be selective a little bit for the bigger buildings. You know, I really wonder if we could get away with a laboratory and a sink. What we could do, have some liquid reservoirs and then actually have a piping system going in and out of the system. I mean, we could have a liquid exchange module somewhere. We could add, for instance, a liquid cargo tank to the mix right there. Actually, let me move this one up if we can. Oh, love it. Inside of the liquid cargo tank, we either keep the polluted water or the normal water and we just exchange it when needed. I mean, it is an idea. Might be a little bit of a waste of space. Maybe we can get away with just one liquid reservoir and then we still have the space for a fridge. So that means we're gonna keep normal water and the polluted water inside of the reservoir. We're gonna try to pump out the polluted water with a liquid intake. That's the wrong one. We want an output fitting. Let's say the liquid is gonna be output. I don't wanna waste more space. Let's do it here on the top. Liquid is gonna be output there and then it's gonna come in here, the fresh water. We're gonna use some piping in order to fill up the facilities. Then we wanna make our way out of here. However, at some point these pipes might be filled up and I wanna make sure we have enough space. So I'm first gonna input them into the reservoir. Yeah, and then we're probably gonna need a filter. It's coming out of the reservoir. The normal water can go into the bathrooms again. We also need a way to actually fill up the liquid reservoir initially. I wonder, do these have no. Only the output fittings have an automation signal. This is disappointing. Well, anyways, I want to come out of the filter and then at some point I want to go down. Now let's leave some space free. If we bridge over here, I can get into the filling up loop. I want to make sure the liquid from the filter has priority. So we're going to set up a bridge here. We can get rid of this pipe. The liquid coming in from outside is not going to have priority. The polluted water from the filter on the other side is going to attempt to go outside, and if that fails, it just goes back into the reservoir. Yeah, well, you now know what I have in mind, so I'm gonna reshape this to actually fit my purpose a little bit, and I don't have to think too much while commentating over. Alrighty, here we go for the interior version 1.0 for the rocket. I might change a few things around, especially with the liquid reservoir. As a matter of fact, I might do that right away. It occurred to me that if we are using a liquid tank on the rocket anyways, then we don't necessarily need the reservoir inside. Essentially the way this is working at the moment, I'm grabbing the new liquid here with the output. The liquid is going into the tank right here. So we would be filling it up with halfway water, for instance. It is then going through the liquid filter. The polluted water is going to go through this output slot right there, trying to get rid of the polluted water. If we cannot get rid of the polluted water because the liquid tank is already full, then it continues back into this reservoir kind of as a buffer and it continues the cycle. So it would just be cycling back and forth until it can use the output to get rid of the liquid. However, as mentioned, it might be easier to skip the liquid reservoir and just do it with the tank. Yeah, actually, I might go ahead and do that. Just skip the reservoir. That means we can free up some piping space again, maybe make it a little less confusing. Yeah, let me just redo this, and now that I know what we're going for, it should be easy. Anyways, my goal was to get a little bit of morale in the joints, so we have the morale bonus for the washroom +2, and we also got a +3 morale bonus for the mess hall. I wasn't able to make the bedroom work because of space problems. However, now that we have a little bit more space, we could, for instance, build the rocket console downstairs. And this would allow us to get a bedroom in the joint. Yeah, we should totally do that. Even more bonuses for us. This even leaves us enough space to fit the power outlet right there, and then we don't even have to drag the cables upstairs because we're gonna get rid of the diffuser there. Let's try this again. We're gonna grab some water from here. Then we're gonna bring it into the filter to check what it is. If it is normal water, we can make use of it by filling up the stations there. And if it is polluted water, it's gonna go back into the output slot, rocketry. Let's see, this one here. We then need the rocket control station here downstairs, and we still need like a space for a storage bin. Especially if we exchange the bed here with a comfy version, and then we close it off right there to actually make a room, therefore getting the bonus for the bedroom as well. Alrighty, I moved up the refrigerator, berry sludge is inside of it, then we are gonna build this bed, everything should be accessible, and then all we really have to do is to fill up this liquid cargo tank by half or so. So in the beginning we only want to store water in there. I already went ahead and actually built the pipes that we're gonna use for that. So all the way downstairs here I hooked up my water source. It's gonna go up here into a rocket port loader, and we can see that happen right now. Absolutely wonderful. The output right here I'm actually going to use in order to get rid of the polluted water that we're going to accumulate. So if we check this out, we should be able to set up the polluted water, and it's only going to do that. And now this is going to go in. Wonderful. It should be filling up that. And if we have a look inside, we should also be seeing some liquid. Maybe not. I totally forgot about the output here. We want to hop over and go to the exit. So something like that should do the trick, but why aren't you filling up? Well, at least we already get the oxygen in here. That reminds me, we don't take care of the carbon dioxide at the moment. The liquid cargo tank has the space for 9 tons. I think I'm gonna stop it at around 4 tons of liquid or so. And I just noticed why it doesn't work. There was still a leftover cable from the previous setup. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I forgot to set the filter. Yeah, only polluted water should be... Oh, wait. We need to filter for normal water. There we go. Filling up the bathrooms. And now as soon as we are full, the water isn't circulating anymore. Somebody is actually already testing out the toilet. This is absolutely wonderful. So we can see what is happening. This is going to the output. Therefore, it's going into the tank, but we are extracting it right away again. And we should be seeing it coming out here. This is great. So every time we dock back at home, we can make that exchange. The only thing that's not automatic is the stopping of the intake. I don't necessarily want to fill up the liquid cargo tank completely. Otherwise, we're gonna have a space issue. Ultra is actually doing great here. We get a low temperature of oil, 75 degrees already. So over time, we can definitely make sure that we can supply this liquid sulfur geyser with enough cooling. That is good. What is happening on Groista? Obviously still far away from 100% completion. Okay, I have loaded up approximately 4,000 kilograms. Let's go ahead and sever the connection for now. I don't know how I'm gonna do it in the future, but this is gonna do the trick for now and to finally get this rocket launched. Now, I don't think we have to take care of anything else. We should just be able to, change crew and do this. Oh my gosh, I'm a little bit nervous now. But this should be very comfortable, and to be honest, in the future, I might exchange this rocket with a larger one as well. I mean, why stay tiny, right? Let's change the destination. Oh, this time we didn't crash. That is good. And we're gonna go over here in order to discover the adjacent tiles. We're also gonna change crew. And obviously the honor is gonna be for our astronaut, the dedicated Frankie. And I believe, we're ready to begin the launch sequence. Great! Okay, now I'm really curious what this is gonna do with the temperatures. At the moment, it is cozy. There he goes, our hero, and he's starting it. Okay, check this out. Okay, it is over 3,000 degrees right here. I sure hope the port loaders don't have an overheat temperature, but this might screw with our transit tubes here. Yeah, my gosh, it is extremely... Check this out. The landing pad actually didn't heat up, but everything else just melted away. Yeah, look at all this molten lead. Oh my gosh. Okay, at least the heat is gonna dissipate here into space, but the rocket is producing extremely hot carbon dioxide. Let's check out the interior. Frankie, are you doing fine? You can unequip the suit without issues. We should be absolutely fine. Of course, you're idle at the moment. Inspecting the bathroom. Okay. Looks like he automatically claimed the bed. He didn't claim the mess table just yet. Maybe I should do that. Okay, let's check out the star map. How long are we gonna take? Quite a while to get to the next tile. Check out all the interplanetary payloads that are on the way from Grovista. It's just insanity. Oh wait, he's sleeping. I didn't see him eat anything. But apparently he did take some berry sludge there. Okay, Frankie, good job, good job. Okay, so apparently it didn't do anything with the transit tubes or the ladders here or the rocket platform. It just heated up the environment a little bit. It's kind of strange, to be honest, but I'm glad we're back in space, hopefully going for the next planetoid. So unfortunately, I had to make my way back even before I could discover the question mark over here because I just didn't have enough fuel. So my suspicion is we went a little bit overboard with the construction of the rocket and we should add fewer modules. But right now we are arriving back in the orbit just in the nick of time and we should be able to land back on the main planetoid without using more fuel. That is good, so we can fuel it up. There are a few things I would like to change. Now I had to exchange all the wiring here with the steel type. Hopefully this is gonna make the setup last. Temperature is definitely gonna be a slight issue here. Anyhow, we're now resupplying the rocket with fuel and oxidizer, and there are a few things we need to get rid of. For instance, right now we are not going for the artifacts. We can get rid of that module. We can also get rid of one battery module. I would say we're gonna keep the solar panel in place and one single battery module. Yeah, and the rest is kind of mandatory. I mean, I guess the liquid cargo tank isn't quite necessary. But it worked. We now have the polluted water and the normal water in there. Let's swap this back to all. Frankie, you're relieved of your duty for now. And inside I would like to set up a storage bin, so I freed up a little bit of space. Now, I was hoping this would work, so I guess we have to go with a mechanical door in this case. This should work in a way so that we can place the storage bin on top, at least I hope so. Halfway through I was also running out of algae because of course there is no storage for it. I'm not even sure they are capable of utilizing this storage because whenever they open up the door, it's not a valid building location. Check this out, really interesting. The idea is not gonna work. As soon as the door opens, they refuse to build it. I am severely disappointed. That means I'm gonna take apart the bed again and build a small bed. Then I'm gonna move the refrigerator and the normal storage bins over, replace this again, and this way we should be able to fit the power outlet on the top and maybe therefore have the space for a pump. You know, eventually I would like to pump out the carbon dioxide. This is a huge problem. Maybe the bathroom is just not worth it. Actually, it's not the power outlet we need to move. It's this outlet here. So I have the space for a mini pump here at the bottom. So we would be coming down here, going into the filter instead of this mess that we have going on here. As mentioned, we then have the space for a mini gas pump. I'm assuming the bottom part is what is pumping. We're then gonna bring the gases upstairs and get rid of them right there. There, gas intake fitting. Yes, that's what we need. And we already have hooked up the power. We're also gonna store 5 tons of algae in the storage bin. Okay, now with the slightly smaller rocket, what is our reach? Can I actually see that? Range remaining 6 tasks. That's like nothing. Petroleum engine, mandatory. Liquid fuel tank, mandatory. Oxidizer tank, mandatory. The cartographic module is what we are actually trying to accomplish. So I guess the only thing that's unnecessary is the liquid cargo tank, maybe even the battery module. Maybe one solar panel is gonna do the trick. 6 tiles is absolutely useless from this planetoid. Oh man, don't tell me we have to go for like liquid hydrogen or something. I mean, I really liked the idea of the liquid cargo tank, but I suspect this is at the moment our biggest problem. And all we would have to do is make this a normal bathroom. This would allow us to make everything a little less complicated. Yeah, honestly, I'm a little bit sad about it, but if we cannot get any reach with the rocket, then we are forced to take things apart here. This also means we're gonna get rid of this module here, the liquid cargo storage tank, and I'm gonna try to keep the battery module just in case. Actually, we should check without the liquid module. What did that change in terms of reach? Still 6 tiles. Huh, intriguing. That actually changed nothing. So before I take things apart... Oh, it already happened. But yeah, what I meant to say is maybe we have to check on how the reaches actually work. Maybe the payload doesn't matter too much. I mean, let's get rid of this battery module as well and see if that changes anything. So maybe the petroleum engine here just has a set reach of 6. What about the reach here? Yeah, this is also 6 with the small rocket. That's intriguing. So we got rid of yet another module and the range is still 6 tiles. I'm gonna get rid of the cartographic module just to see if that changes anything with the range. And if it doesn't, I'm probably gonna have to accept the fact that the petroleum engine isn't what I believed it was. There, it is gone now. We have a super small rocket with a reach of... reach of 6. So it just changed the rocket speed a little bit. Hold on. There might be a calculation problem. Yeah, I think it didn't update yet because there's still stuff like the liquid cargo tank. But yeah, I'm gonna figure this out for myself. Obviously, we can also go for other engines, maybe more powerful ones, but I wanna research this topic a little bit more. We now made substantial progress in the rocketry program. Obviously, we wanna be able to travel a little bit further, but after researching the drill cone, we should also be able to go into these asteroid fields and bring home some materials. So over the course of the next few episodes, we're definitely going to do some more space experiments in order to figure everything out. But, you know, could be that some aspects are still a little bit buggy, such as the range. I will make sure to figure that out by researching and also reading all about it in the comments section, since I'm pretty sure a lot of you already know how those work. But yeah, I would say with that out of the way, we're gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Have a great time and see you in the next one. Bye bye.